Hey guys, the video you're about to watch shows the recovery of a young chipmunk I rescued near the building where I work. I had seen him and a few other squirrels feeding from the garbage bins around the building, but one day a bunch of kids saw the chipmunk trying to jump out of one of the garbage bins and, instead of helping him, they started emptying their water bottles on it. They're all young hockey players. I work at a hockey rink, and they're having a summer hockey camp this summer. Anyway, they saw him, they started emptying their water bottles on it. And so later, a coworker of mine told me he had seen a rat in the garbage can outside. So I got curious and I went to have a look. When I first saw it, I'll admit it looked like a rat, and he was barely moving and completely covered in sticky garbage goo or juices and maggots. The maggots were most likely fly larvae, which are pretty common in garbage bins. So I went back inside to get some gloves and some paper towel, and then I came back outside to pick up what I still thought at the time was a rat, intending to go release him somewhere away from the building, hoping he could recover on his own. Anyway, just as I'm about to let go of it, I saw a little bit of red fur on his cheek. So right there, I knew it wasn't a rat. It had to be a squirrel, but I still couldn't tell if it was a red squirrel or a chipmunk yet. Now, I really like squirrels. I've been living with a chipmunk for almost 3 years now after rescuing one when he was still a baby. So I couldn't get myself to just leave this one there knowing he was probably not going to make it on his own. I know from experience that chipmunks do not like being wet or cold, much less both. It often causes them to go into shock and become unconscious, which is why they can drown very easily if they fall into a pool or even just a small kid's pool. So I brought him inside, and despite knowing they hate being wet, I had to try and wash him a bit, so I did my best to clean him up by very gently pouring lukewarm water on him and rubbing very gently with paper towels. He was too weak to even try to resist at the time. Then I found a box and I put him inside along with a plastic bottle filled with warm water, hoping that this could help warm him up a little bit, and it sure did. He immediately went to lay next to the warm water bottle and curled into a ball. He was standing so still that sometimes I didn't even know if he was still alive, so that's when I started venting him just to try and get a reaction out of him, and I did. This is how I could tell he was still alive and probably or still had a chance to make it. So after this, I left him alone for a few hours so he could warm up and dry up. I also decided to bring him home for one night to feed him and rehydrate him before releasing him back into the wild. Right now you're watching me venting the poor guy. You can see how weak he is and disoriented. You can see he doesn't like being vented like this because it makes him cold, and you can see he's not all there right now, as in he's only partially conscious. He's just barely hanging on to life.
Ouais, ça va pas diminuer ça. Il n'y a plus de force pantoute, le pauvre petit. J'aimerais ça trouver quelque chose que je peux mettre sur ces larves là, pour les tuer. J'ai essayé de les enlever avec mes doigts tantôt. Puis...
À la mode de diatomée, si je te dis.
Ouais, je peux essayer. Hop, il a arraché le bout. Il a arraché le bout.
Il a du chien.
Mais il l'a dans le poêle à côté sur mon bord. Il force dessus pour faire sortir. C'est peut-être pour ça qu'il a arraché le bout. Ah, là c'est mieux. Oh, il arrache un autre bout. Il pense qu'en arrachant un bout, ça va sortir plus vite. Faut juste que tu forces là, pour le faire sortir.
Mais là, je pense que j'ai forcé trop.
C'est correct. Force, continue de forcer. Ok, ouais. Ça coule à côté. Mais je suis content de voir qu'il va s'en sortir. Garantie qu'il s'en sort.
Je te dis que la peur des diatomies, ça va tuer ses larves. On met ça au bébé chat pour tuer les.
Es-tu faim? Un peu plus? Ah ben. Et boy, ils ont bien mauvais. Peut-être qu'il veut pas être ton ami. These stripes. He doesn't like me in his cage. He's very protective of his cage. Alright, and now the other one. Little buddy. That one's still very shy. I don't know if it's a male or female. It's very calm, very docile, very shy. But he or she fed well earlier. Je suis un peu triste là, parce qu'il est bien friendly, mais.
Ben non, c'est pas ça triste, tu l'as trouvé, là. Pas de l'air à pouvoir.
Oui, il va y aller.
Gêné. Je suis bien, moi, dans
Ben, il se sent en sécurité là parce que depuis hier qu'il est là-dedans. Tu peux pas rester là parce que tu vas te faire spotter. Non, je pense pas que ce soit le sien.
On y va, on y va.
Il est en dessous. Non, il est dans la souche. On le reverra pas tout de suite.
Ah, ben, il va être bien. Caché.
Mais jusqu'à temps qu'il se sente en sécurité assez pour sortir, puis...
So I released him, I'm gonna say somewhere about or around 50 to 60 meters from the building where I work, knowing that he knew this area well, and I'm hoping that he would find his old nest along with his stash. It's been about a week now since the release, and I still haven't seen him roaming around the building. I was hoping I would see him again, and I'm still hoping I'll see him again one day, but my guess is he will always remember that horrible experience he had with the kids and the garbage bin, and he's most likely going to keep his distance from now on. Now, just to be clear, this video was a one-off. My channel is still and will always remain a gaming channel, but this was one of those things that represents a good memory for me, just something I want to remember for a long time, and I felt like uploading a video of it on YouTube is a good way to do that. Plus, I know a lot of people like to watch those types of videos, so it's out there for those of you who like this stuff. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. You guys take care, and I wish you all a good day. Bye bye.